Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the 10 Days of Self-Care with me, Amanda Lee. I am a health, happiness, and hormone coach helping women feel at home in their body, both physically and emotionally. Okay, so you can rock your life and feel amazing in your own skin and show up and be present, have healthy bodies and healthy relationships, which I believe heal the planet. So that's my passion, that's my purpose, that's why I'm here. And today we're going to talk about my day 8 of the 10 Days of Self-Care. And this one is all about being cautious. Okay, so cautious is the word. And what does this mean? This is all about boundaries. Okay, having good boundaries. A woman who really values herself, who invests in her self-care, has high standards and high boundaries. So what does this look like practically? It means that you have a sacred no, and when anything comes into your path that doesn't align up with you and your boundaries, it is an easy no, and you value yourself enough to do that, to say that. So this looks like, you have somebody who's trying to basically take from you in a relationship, or it could be a friendship or something that you just don't feel aligns with who you are, and you're able to easily say no to that person and not get sucked into a codependent sort of situation where you feel guilty, or you're chasing people, or you're trying to people please, or any of that. It's just like sacred boundaries, and this can be different things that violate these boundaries for you, and that you're able to clearly say no, and you're able to explain what you want. Now, this is not in a reactive way. So a woman who is not continually investing in her self-care, does not have high self-worth and high value, will use these moments to react. So she suppresses to the point where she gets so frustrated that she explodes. Either in, she'll be the ice queen, she'll make you walk on eggshells to try to figure out what's wrong, she'll pull away from you, she'll punish you, with her distance or with her coldness, and then the person involved in this relationship is left trying to figure out why, whether that's your husband, your boyfriend, your significant other, your lover, your best friend, your people you're in relationship with, your babysitter, whoever, and they're left trying to guess what's going on. Or she, stuffs and stuffs and stuff, doesn't explain, doesn't have boundaries, doesn't say no, doesn't have a sacred line, and then she explodes in reaction, overreaction of are you like anger, frustration, are you kidding me, exploding either to her children, to her loved ones, to her friends, whoever. And either of these women are really hard to be in relationship with. And again, this is really hard for your body. So when you are stuffing things away, you're not expressing what your true feelings are, your true yeses, your true nos, you are now compromising in your body, because all that energy has to go somewhere. And if it's not coming out and explaining your truth, explaining your boundaries, then you're shoving it inside your body. And that's leading to the emotional constipation that I've talked about many times, where you're shoving it away and it starts to manifest itself in illness and sickness and stress in your body. Again, what I've reiterated is that the feeling of being at peace and at home in your body comes from not having a war within. So the more you have a war within between what you say you want and what you're doing, or what you really believe and what you're doing, and what you're allowing people to do to you and through you and with you, as long as those are not in alignment, there is a war within your body. This shows itself in your hormones, in your skin, in your digestive tract. We all hold our stress in different places. Some of us, it's our head. We have a lot of headaches and head issues. Other people, it's our gut. We hold it in our gut. We have a lot of digestive issues and stomach upset, aches and pains. All of this is manifestations, and can be, yes, there's physical components to this, but also when we are not in alignment with who we want to be, who we say we are, what our sacred boundaries are, and we're allowing that to be pushed all the time without having the voice to say no, it just shows up in our body. So we don't want to be overreactive, and we also don't want to be the ice queen and punish people. Instead, we want to be in the place of feeling that what we believe, what our gut says, who our boundaries are valid. We are worth that kind of investment, and anything that doesn't line up with that queenship, or that idea that we have, or that value that we have, we reject. Okay, whether that's people who are not in alignment with us, or opportunities that are not in alignment, or people taking advantage of us, okay, instead of being a doormat and then being bitter and resentful about it, we actually speak up and say, you know what, this doesn't feel good to me. This doesn't feel good to me, and I really want to be in a relationship with someone that is a give and take, whether that's a friendship or whether that's a relationship or whatever. But it first comes from having a high level of value in yourself, that you're constantly investing in yourself, that you have that high level of self-worth, that you're able to clearly say no and just say, you know, that's not the best for me or for you or anybody. And this isn't about being selfish. It's about having standards. Okay, this is about having standards and being cautious of what you say yes to, who you get into a relationship with, any of those things. You're taking a step back and you're questioning, is this in alignment with who I am? What do I feel about this? Do I want to do this, right? And so we can tend to be those yes women who every opportunity, everything that gets thrown our way, we feel like saying, yes, I should do this. I should. And instead of saying, you know what, this is actually not a good fit for me right now, or actually I have a lot on my plate, this isn't going to be helpful to me in what I need to maintain of my self-care. So we begin to say no to more things and only yes to the true things that are in alignment with us, and we're more cautious about that, whether that's, like I said, getting into a relationship with people or opportunities for service or business or whatever. And a woman who is more desperate, right, she's willing to say yes to so many things because she's more needy. And instead of like having that high self-worth and really being investing in yourself on the long haul, that you're not as needy to the first thing that comes by, so you can really take a step back and question, is this a right match for me? Do I feel aligned with this? Does this feel good? And then you start to just value yourself and realizing you don't have to say yes to everything and everyone that comes your way. You actually can be cautious about it and have boundaries. Now, if somebody crosses your boundary, the best way to explain this is you let them know, you know, first of all, always giving them compliment or appreciation, and then you let them know how it makes you feel, okay, in a clear way. You let them know how it makes you feel, and then you communicate what it is that you do need, and then you ask them what they think about that. And that can be your relationship with your man or your woman, that can be your friendship, whatever, instead of having this overreaction. But first of all, you have to be in touch with yourself enough to know what your truth is and what it is you really do need. Again, this goes back to the first steps of what I was sharing with you on day 1 and 2 of actually tuning in and asking yourself what it is you need. So this becomes a really deep relationship with yourself. And the more that you have your own back in this way, the more confidence you're going to have of following through and showing up consistently, and that you can trust yourself, trust that you've got your own back. And that starts to translate in the way that you show up in the world as a woman who has a high degree of self-care, who values herself, who's able to show up in the world in this way without constantly sucking off of everybody, being extremely needy, getting really frustrated when it doesn't go her way, not speaking her truth, then being resentful about it and holding it inside her body and manifesting in sickness. So I invite you today to find a way for you to take an inventory of where you're showing up in your life. Are you in alignment with your sacred yes and no? Are you maintaining boundaries? Are you sharing what it is that you need with people? And explaining that in a clear way versus reactive or ice queen, resentful, holding it inside. Okay? So when you start to do this consistently, you will see it start to change the way that you show up, change the way that you show up in your life, change the relationships that you have. I have to go, mama duty calls, but I just wanted to share this really important factor with you today. We're going to be talking about this more on my webinar on Wednesday night at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is free. I want you there. I'm going to be sharing some more about components of self-care a little bit more intensely, and we're going to do a live clearing there that I would love for you to experience and see just how powerful it is to go in and hold space for yourself emotionally and see what comes up that needs to be cleared out of the way so that you can show up as the best version of yourself, both physically and emotionally. Again, I cannot reiterate how important this is for your physical body and your emotional well-being. They go together. You cannot separate the two. And we cannot just be focused over here on taking supplements and testing and trying to figure out what's wrong with our body without understanding the real relationship with ourselves and how this affects your well-being. So this is what I help women do. I'm passionate about it, and I would love to get on the phone with you and have an opportunity to talk through. Yes. Okay, I gotta go. Say bye, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 9 of our 10 days of self-care. Bye-bye.
Mermaid.
You want to watch Mermaid? You know what, baby? That one doesn't work.